How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Just before we get into this video, please make sure that you are smashing that like button. It really does help get the content out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. We've gained a few subscribers from the shows earlier on today, which is very much appreciated. But help me reach 3K as soon as possible, because that would be fantastic. Make sure you're getting your thoughts and opinions into the comment section down below and hitting that notification bell. This is my solo match review. Obviously, I did a live instant reaction with Owen from All Leeds Crest and the White Wall podcast earlier. So if you haven't already, go and check that out after. But I just thought I'd jump on and give my solo thoughts on West Brom 0, Leeds United 0. Yeah, it's not good, is it, at the minute? Everything surrounding this club at the minute, on the pitch, off the pitch, it's just an absolute shit show at the minute, in all honesty, guys. The only positive from me today is that I thought the defence was a lot better, a lot more structured. There was more balance in the defence. Pascal Struijk got player of the match from Sky Sports, which was rightly deserved. I thought he was very good today. The only Leeds United player that had an effort on goal, and he plays at centre-back, so that begs more questions than it does answers, really, doesn't it? Jayden Bogle, a good first 10 minutes, but I thought progressively got worse after he was yellow carded for a stupid tackle on Fellows in the first half. But when I saw the lineup, I could almost see this coming, really. No balance in the midfield. Ampadu and Gruev starting together again. Joe Rothwell should definitely have started over Ilya Gruev. Ampadu and Gruev are both the same player and do the exact same thing. Both too safe, but I think Ampadu kind of has license to be safe in certain scenarios, whereas Gruev, for me, should be the one that's trying to progress the ball up the pitch, and he doesn't do that enough for me. Joe Rothwell, every time he got on the ball, even if he did have to go backwards, he initially was looking forward, trying to progress the ball, trying to find someone up the pitch who he could, link from midfield into attack. And it just didn't happen. It didn't happen from minute one. Joel Perreault in the 10, I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, this guy cannot play number 9. He cannot play number 10. It's just never going to work for Joel Perreault, in my opinion. It's just never going to work. The guy is slow on the transition. His decision-making is diabolical. In the first half, he has an opportunity where he actually does quite well to turn a West Brom player, shrugs him off. He can either play Dan James in down the right, Nonto down the left, even play Joseph, through the middle. But what does he do? From 30 yards out, puts the ball wide with a shot. And at that point, I could just see it coming. I just knew we were not going to score a goal today. No urgency, no creativity, nobody grabbing that game by the scuff of the neck. No one at all. And it's really concerning now. Because as I was saying with Owen earlier on the instant match reaction, next 3 games, Sheff Wednesday away, Hull at home, and then first game after the international break, Burnley at home. Burnley, who at the time of recording are currently winning, started the season very well. Sheff Wednesday next week. Obviously, they've got Sunderland tomorrow, so we'll see how they get on there. But they were really good on the opening day against Plymouth. I know it's Wayne Rooney's Plymouth, but they were still very good that day. We've got Hull, who again, another Yorkshire derby. Anything can sort of happen there. That they'll be up for it at Ellen Road. And then Burnley, again, Burnley. I mean, that will be very, very tough. So we at least need one signing in by Sheff Wednesday. We need at least one signing in the next 6 days. And depending on who the player is and what position he plays, that will kind of determine how confident I am going into that Sheff Wednesday game. Because as I'm sat here now, if we do not sign anybody before that game, we will get beat against Sheff Wednesday, in my opinion. The Hillsborough crowd will be up for it. They hate Leeds. There's a bit of needle there. They'll be bang up for it in front of their own fans, under the lights on a Friday. I can just see it happening. I really, really can. I do fear for the next few games. I really do, if changes aren't made. And I've seen a lot of people in my comments after the game earlier. I've seen people on Twitter calling for Daniel Farke to be sacked. It's not going to happen yet, guys. They're going to at least give him until a little bit after the transfer window. I think that's once the transfer window closes, see what we've got. You can judge the 49ers then. You can judge. For me, the real questions will be asked of Farke if we get 3 or 4 games after the transfer window closes and we still don't see any form of improvement. His in-game management is shocking. The timing of his subs is pathetic. And the way he sets us up at the minute, I do not understand our style of play. I do not understand our identity. We have no identity at the minute. No identity whatsoever. I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't know what, the amount of times we went back to Ilhan Melier today, you could hear the frustrations in the away end as well. People paying their hard-earned money to travel up and down the country to watch that. Again, even if we'd have got beat, go for the game more. Show a bit of urgency, a bit of impetus. No, like I said earlier on, guys, nobody grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. Even Ampadu as captain, there was you couldn't see him barking orders or anything like that. Joe Rodon, I think, had another questionable game. Jayden Bogle has not started off well at Leeds United. Junior Firpo, just got his standard yellow card. Other than that, don't really remember him doing much in the game. Dan James, again, didn't really get enough service down that right-hand side. I feel like it was give the ball to Nonto and hope for the best. Someone said in the comment section earlier about experimenting with Nonto in the 10. I would be on board with that. He's got a low centre of gravity. He's good in tight spaces. He's quick. Anything. I would be better in the 10 than your Perot would be. That needs to just stop now. I'd rather you play Aronson there. I really would. Aronson came on today and kind of just had a run about down the left-hand side. Didn't really do much. Pat Bamford, the least I said about him, the better. I'm sure he's a great guy, but as a footballer, he's just not at it. Not at it. Nowhere near the level that we need as a number 9. Mateo Joseph, I thought was okay in the game. He was all right. Held the ball up a bit poorly at times. But again, is it fair to critique Joseph that much when he's not getting the right amount of service? It's just been a really poor week for Leeds United. A disappointing draw on the opening day in a game that we probably should have won on the surface of it. We'd already lost Archie Gray and Crescencio Somerville. Then there's the opening day draw. Then we get humiliated in front of our own fans in the Carabao Cup against Borough. And again, I know we made changes, but so did they. So did they. And yes, they got beat by Derby today as well, which is just how the Championship is. And then obviously, Georgie finding out he's going to Brighton. And then that shower of shite that we had to watch earlier on this afternoon. I don't know what the answers are. If the Middlesbrough if the Middlesbrough game and today are not a wake-up call for the 49ers, for Greta Steinson, Hammond, Kinnear, whoever it is, to get some players through this door, then we might as well just admit that we're going to be 13th, 14th, 15th in the league this season. We're currently 15th at the minute. Leeds United are well and truly back in their normal territory, 15th in the Championship. But no, listen, guys, I'm laughing, but if you don't laugh, you'll cry. I'm so deflated and flat supporting this club at the minute. It's really bleak, really, really bleak. So Angus Kinnear, Parag Marate, Daniel Farke, if you're watching, you're probably not, but if you're watching, make some signings, give the fans something to believe in, and change the style of play, or at least make me understand it. Make me see an identity in our play, because right now, guys, there simply isn't one, is there? Let's just be brutally honest. Yeah, I think we'll have to leave it there for today, guys. Like I say, I'm burnt out. I'm flat. I'm going to try and enjoy the rest of my Saturday night before I have to speak about that game again tomorrow with the lads on the white wall, as we will be live on the white wall at 8 o'clock tomorrow night to divulge and to dissect this game that we've had to sit through today. So make sure that you tune into that and subscribe to the white wall as well. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've somehow managed to enjoy that game today, you probably haven't. But make sure that you're smashing a like on the video anyway. It does help get it out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new and hit that notification bell. And yeah, I will see you in a bit. Cheers.